Welcome to Deep Thought, the key to understanding leaders and followers. You ever wonder why a particular man or woman, they can get a great following, especially in cases of destructive men and women, cult leaders? Because we got a lot of cults out here. And not all are religious. Some are political. It could be representing a certain philosophy, a certain way of life. And you have that leader who leads people down that path. Now, thankfully, we got some leaders who are leading people down a positive path. And it's the same principle as that leader who's leading them down to a negative path. The thing is, the people, the followers, they connect energetically, spiritually with that leader. And when I say spirit, I don't mean like on some woo-woo thing. I mean what's inside. You can relate to that person. They see things the same way you do, but they are articulating it. And if all you have to do is look at any major leader, any place on the planet, political, business leader, or YouTube content creator. The people that follow them, relate to what they're saying because they feel it inside. See, one of the things with most people are built to follow. It's just a reality. They follow the path that's been laid out for them. They don't come up necessarily. Yes, they have their own individual ideas and stuff, but if you look at them, they following whatever the trend is as far as how they dress, things they eat, everything. And, it's not any fault of their own. It's not any fault of their own because that's basically the programming people have from childhood. It starts with their parents. Indeed, you could really say it starts while they're still in the womb because a baby can hear everything going on. A baby can hear everything going on. So whatever the environment is, they might not see the environment, but they are hearing it and they feeling it. And plus they're also influenced by just being in their mother. So if their mother is in a negative state, she's not feeling good, it's going to reflect on the child. It's going to reflect on the child. So understand that. So it's hard for people, it's hard to say, well, every single person's a leader. Because when I say leader, I'm saying someone who can influence the masses. And really all they're doing, despite everything, you get some people through, circumstances, genetics, whatever, who are meant to be leaders. They built for it. Or they'll have the charisma and everything to draw people to them. But a big part of what's drawing people to them is that people can relate to them. They can relate. They're saying the same things. Like if you look at any politician, any popular politician, part of it is not even they getting the following or the votes, not necessarily because of anything policy or anything just objective. They might throw that out there, but one way or the other, they relate to them. Like in the last midterm elections, people were questioning, well, why you vote for this guy? Why? And it was coming from all sides. Let's just be clear. They relate to that person. They one way or the other. And that's a very key thing. And it's an energetic thing. And, like I said, the good ones are great, but then you got the bad ones. I was reading something in this magazine and it was an article talking about psychopaths, like famous ones throughout history and some contemporary, but I don't want to start any stuff. And they were talking about Hitler. They identified Hitler as a psychopath, but then they said it was something that, and I got to look at it again, see if they had a reference or a footnote to it where they got the information. But they said in 1939 in Germany, they say Hitler was a psychopath. And in Germany in 1939, they were 800,000 psychopaths. And out of a population, I think they said it was 80 million or something. But those were people who were relating to Hitler. They were relating to him. Because, and indeed, even before I read that article, that's something I had seen anyway. If you look at, just on YouTube, if you look at whoever follows different people, there's something about there's something that they relate into, even if it's someone of the opposite sex. There's some relation. There's some relation, some supporter. Because in fact, I noticed this even with myself, of the men and even the women that I've met who supported my channels, any of my channels. When I meet them in person, it's been very incredible how they were still, you know, they were still individuals, but they were on the same general vibration, you know, how they carried themselves, general life experiences, you know, very general, like views and everything. And it was just like, you know, that's a powerful thing. That's a powerful thing. Because see, the leader is really the voice for the people. See, a true leader is actually a servant. Let me say that again. A true leader is actually a servant. They are just articulating the demands of the people. Indeed, because y'all know I got more expertise in more areas than I let on, but I've talked about politics. But that's why because a lot of the politics I learned were actually about revolution and development. If you look in countries that change government by coups, if you notice, the first people they arrest are usually like journalists and writers, people who can spread ideas, you know, people who can spread ideas. But even when some leader or some philosopher is spreading an idea, all they're doing is articulating what they think. And then it connects to people who adopt that because they can relate to it. Let me use a personal example again. Now, people know I talk about body game and everything and working out and, you know, interacting with women in a certain way. I've noticed from looking at people who might follow me on IG, like I'll check out I usually, like if somebody follow me, I don't follow everybody, it'd just be too much, but I'll check out their page at least, kind of see what's up. And the ones who show pictures, I was like, they a lot of workout guys, and a lot of guys who might have a business, men and women who have a business. And then even the women who follow you know, follow my IG. I'll see them and it's like they not like they give more of a classy vibe to them, but they more in line with how I think about women. And I was like, even if I don't know them personally, you know, there's something. They work out, a whole lot of business women, everything. So it's like, oh, okay, similar vibration, you know? And that's the thing to understand, because the leader ultimately, or the leader, spokesman, spokeswoman, ultimately serves as the voice for the people. Understand that. It's that connection, and it's deeper than just something they saying. See, some people can't figure out why, I ain't gonna call any individuals names contemporary, but why do people support you? Why do people support her? The people support them on the same vibration. The people who support them. Like I remember, I ain't gonna call the politician's name, but I remember when they kind of really made it onto the scene as a politician. And I remember someone that I worked with was very supportive of this politician, very supportive, like really before this politician really blew up. But I thought about the stuff he does, the stuff he says is public, but then I thought about the stuff she would talk about and how she would behave. And I was like, damn, they could be married. Seriously, or relatives or something. But it's that energetic thing. So it's like whenever you see movements or groups like that, they represent the leader. But then that's why sometimes you hear certain forces, they'll try to suppress that leader because they really not just suppressing the leader, but they know they're suppressing a group. Like on YouTube, I know, and don't ask how I know, they really pay attention to any content creators who start to get over 100,000 subs. They start paying attention. It's like, oh, okay. Because it's representing something. Nobody's going to support something if they don't feel some type of connection. Even if they're a detractor of that person, they feel something, you know? Even if it's annoying them or something, it's still a connection. So that's something to think about. understand something. The more similar any followers, any group, any mass movement, the key is looking at the lead of it. That's why you have a situation, you have some groups, they'll say, well, let's go after the lead and cut that off. And because the one thing about, unfortunate thing with many people, they still have the ideas, but they don't have it within them to really step up and lead others. So, you know, somebody against a movement, an idea, they'll go after that person. Because even then, let me hit y'all with something deep. If they can affect that leader that's making a movement for change, or even the ones who are doing some bad stuff, they know the way the people are connected to that leader, they will be affected as well. I want y'all to think about that. It's deep. It's deep. That's when they say cut off the head of the snake. It still works. Because they got them. Now, yeah, somebody else might try to step up, but it's not the same energy. For whatever reason, it's not the same energy. So, it's something to think about. Gets on some deep stuff. So anyway, that's all I have for now, y'all. I want y'all to think on what I just shared. Peace and blessings.